All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this video. So, for today's video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be learning how to set up group policies in Windows Server 2019. So, first and foremost, when you boot up, you should be greeted by the server manager, right? We're not going to be dealing too much with the server manager for today. What we're instead going to be doing is we're going to go to Active Directory User and Computers. So it should be accessible by pressing your Start menu, searching up Active Directory Users and Computers. It should be the first one, but it may in fact be one of these ones here. So just keep in mind for the Active Directory Users and Computers. From here, I'll actually delete this when I did this previously. Oh, okay. I guess I'll just make a new one. That's fine. But yeah, for today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a group policy. And yeah, you can see that the first thing that we did was we opened up Active Directory Users and Computers. We should go to our domain. We're going to right click on our domain, click on New, click on, where is it, Organizational Unit. And we can call this whatever we want. Uh, so we can name it End User, we can name it, well, my previous one was BATC because it was based on an actual organization, but nevertheless, we can call this one test. Cool. We can right click in test now, create another organizational unit. So, where is it? New organizational unit. And we can name this one computers. And we can also go into tests, create another one, and create one called user. Whoops, not that one. Create a new organizational unit called user. Oh, I guess hold on, let me rename this. Rename this to users. Cool. So we want to create a new user. So we're going to go right click on the users organizational unit we created. Click on, where is it? Click on new. There we go. Click on user. And we're going to enter a name. So in this case, I'm going to put, uh, what name shall we put here? Let's put, Zaya, sure. Uh, they don't have a last name. It's just gonna be Zaya at anishki.com for the user login. I'm gonna click on next, and I'm gonna uncheck this for user must change password at next login. I'm gonna enter my password and did I input that wrong? I guess I did. Anyway, we're gonna uncheck sorry the user must change password at next login. More likely than not, you would want to keep this on in the event that um, you have multiple users on your domain, especially if it's an organization, you would most likely want them to change the password at next login so that it doesn't default to the first or default to the beginning password. But for this purpose, I'm just going to leave it as usual. I'm going to click on, whoops, did I uncheck something? Let's keep this account enabled, of course. And yeah, so we can see that we have the name, and we can click on finish here. So we have our Zaya user. Cool. From here, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be accessing the control panel. Control panel. There we go. And we're going to look for administrative tools. Now from here, it should open a very similar interface to Windows Explorer. I believe that's what it's called. It's called File Explorer, never mind. Um, but yeah, it's going to open a UI very similar to that. And we're going to be utilizing group policy management. From here, we shouldn't see all of this here. What we should see, first and foremost, is the forest, right? Now, the forest is what we created in the previous video, regarding the TCP IP, right? We would have done that there. And yeah, for today's video, we're going to be clicking on forest domains, clicking on our domain specifically, and we're going to be going to group policy objects. We're going to click on me enlarge this here. Uh, Default domain controllers policy. Click on edit or right click and click on edit. And what this allows us to do is it allows us to make certain restrictions for our users in a group policy. So in this case, I'm going to go to user configuration, policies, administrative templates, control panel, and you can see that I have a, if only there's a way to enlarge this, but you can see that I have a plethora of different things that could happen. So in this case, we can prohibit access to the control panel and PC settings. So we can enable or disable our users on the domain or in a group policy to be able to utilize the control panel and PC settings. So I'm just going to enable this here for now. And there's a bunch of other things here that we can do. So, like I was saying in a video that won't be uploaded, uh, there are a bunch of personalization things that we can do as well. So, for example, if you're working for a school or something like that, you may want to change or prevent changing the desktop backgrounds. Maybe you want to prevent changing the mouse pointers. Maybe you want to prevent changing sounds to disrupt um, distractions, stuff like that. Maybe you want to prevent changing the theme of the actual computer. You can do anything that you want here. So I'm going to click on prevent changing the background, and I'm going to click on enable. Oh, right, sorry. You're going to click on enable, and the window is a bit large here, especially for my resolution. So on the bottom here, you should see apply, then okay. So when this is enabled, it means that we cannot change the background of our machine, right? Or specifically when we're in a user account, we can't do that. We can do a bunch of other things as well. So for example, changing the screensaver. Um, there's a bunch of other stuff here as well. So like for example, if you wanted to configure which users can use or which printers or users can use, we can definitely do that here as well. So for example, we can turn off the entire service entirely if we don't want to use these users, or if we don't want to have these users printing anything. We can just simply turn it off, right? As you can see, much of it is not configured. I'm just going to be preventing the change of desktop backgrounds just so that we can have a demonstration example for that. I'm going to see if there's anything else we can do here. There's very simple things to sort of test to see if we got it out. But yeah, I'm just going to do this here for now. And this should be our, well, yeah, this should be our final product. So I'll close out of all of this for now. I'm going to go back to my VirtualBox. I'm going to start my Windows 10 client. And from here, we should be able to log into the user account that we created, in this case, Sire, with the password that is very secure and very secret. And yeah, from there, we should be relatively good to go. Right, so I'm just going to let this client load up here. And yeah, hold on, my PC is definitely overheating here, but nevertheless, we can log in here. We're going to go to other user. We're going to type in the username, so ZAYAH, and then the password. Press enter, and you can see that we are logging in here. And of course, Windows will treat it as if it's a new computer, right? I think something's wrong with my computer here. The fans are ramping up really hard. Um, well, I guess that is quite concerning. But nevertheless, as you can see, our Windows installation might take several minutes to do. So, yeah, that's a bit weird though. Why is it? Why are the fans ramping up so much? Anyway, yeah. So it says it might take several minutes as Microsoft intended. Um, so yeah, what we are gonna be doing, sorry, is we are going to be just waiting for this to finish, and from here we should be able to access our account. And yeah, you can see that we are in the Zaya account here. So I'm gonna go to the start menu. I'm gonna go to settings. I'm gonna go to personalization, background, and yeah, you can see that we can't really change the background here. More specifically, because Windows is not activated here. Let me see if I can potentially make any changes to that. But for the most part, you should be able to make any relevant changes. And through the administrative tools, right, in the control panel, you should be able to make any relevant changes that you need to do in terms of, go back here, policies, administrative templates, there we go. Right, you should be able to make any sort of changes that you would need to do. So in this case, this is based on the control panel. We can restart menu and taskbar, for example. Um, so yeah, of course we can't really do that while we are logged into an account, but we can make those changes as we see fit. So this has been how to set up group policies on a virtual machine, specifically on Windows 2019 and via the clients Windows 10. If there do end up being any questions, problems, or issues regarding the setup and installation of group policies, as always, feel free to leave a comment. I'll try my best to assist any way that I can. But that'll be it for now. So I would like to take this time to thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you will learn something, and I will see you all in the next one.